We begin with a disturbing development in the search for a young Vancouver woman in Los Angeles. Nearly 3 weeks after Elisa Lam went missing, a body has been found in a water tank on the roof of her hotel. Sinjan Alexander is tracking this. And Sinjan, the obvious question, is it her?
Yeah, I just spoke to the LAPD again, and her body has only just been removed, so it is early. What we do know, it's a woman in her 20s. This is what it looks like at the Cecil Hotel in LA. You can see officials surrounding a water tank. This morning, someone complained about the water pressure at the hotel. When a worker went to investigate, he found the body inside. 21-year-old Elisa Lam went missing on January 31st. She'd been staying at the Cecil. This surveillance video shows the UBC student acting strangely the night she went missing. Once again, the LAPD saying the body has just been recovered.
Hello everyone, in this episode we are going to talk about a true crime case which surrounds itself with a lot of conspiracy theories and opinions by a lot of people. Yes, we're going to talk about Elisa Lam. This case is rather unsolved because the victim was found dead in the water tank of the hotel. So Elisa Lam was born on April 30, 1991. She was a student at University of British Columbia in Vancouver. Lam was on a trip to California, and on January 28 she checked into the Cecil Hotel. If you live across California, or if you even remotely are aware about Cecil Hotel, you know there is a lot of darkness surrounding it. So when she checked into the hotel, she was originally staying in a hostel environment with roommates, but soon her roommates complained of her odd behavior, and that is why her room was changed and she was provided a room by herself. It is worth mentioning that Lam was actually suffering from bipolar disorder, and she used to take 4 medications to help the same. So while Lam used to travel, she used to always contact her parents and notify them about her situation. But soon she disappeared, she vanished from the hotel, she was nowhere to be found, and the day she was expected to be checking out of the hotel, she did not contact her parents. Her parents had been waiting for a call since quite some time, and the last day when she was supposed to check out, she did not call. That's when her parents thought that something wrong is going behind the picture. So they called the Los Angeles Police Department, and they also took a flight to Los Angeles to search for her. So now that she has gone missing, her parents are at the hotel. The police had searched the entire hotel and they have not found any clue. They even brought in dogs to sniff and search for her, but it also went in vain. So the case was heading nowhere. But a shocking revelation came on 15 February when the police department released a footage of Elisa Lam, which later came to be known as the last footage ever recorded of her in the Hotel Cecil elevator. So the piece of evidence was critical and it helped the police to reach the destination, but it also garnered a lot of theories. So if we talk about the video, in the video Elisa could be seen entering the elevator. She presses a lot of buttons and then she moves to the side as if she is hiding from someone, and then she keeps poking her head outside the door to see if someone is coming her way, and she then moves out of the elevator and moves her hands in a very weird non-human manner. Many people raise speculations, including from whom she was hiding, why she was behaving in that manner. So this video led to a lot of conspiracy theories getting built up in the environment, and one of the theory was that she was possessed or she was in contact with a spirit, and that is why her hands were moving and she was behaving in a eerie manner. Many people think that it was the ghost of a very famous serial killer who stayed at the hotel during his times, and many people think that she was hiding from someone who was trying to kill her or murder her. And this video led to a lot of conspiracy theories. But a lot of people also pointed out that she was bipolar, and this could be the act of a hallucination drug or a medication which she was on. But apart from the conspiracy theories, there was actually no lead found of her existence or of her body. So the case was still ongoing. There was no leads found despite the evidence which was posted, because that was the last footage of her recorded. There was no clue that whether she went out of the hotel without checking out, or whether she went to visit someone, or whether she was in the hotel, because the investigations and the investigations in the hotel revealed nothing. So this was the only single piece of evidence which the police had, and they were trying to find her. So while the entire investigation was being conducted, the people who were staying in the hotel complained of the water quality being very weird. So they said that the water was stale, it tasted weird. They said that the water pressure was also too low, and they also said that sometimes the water was black when they initially opened the tap, and then it changed. The maintenance guy went all the way up to the tank to check if the water, what is the issue with the tank. That's when he found that a body was floating in the tank along with clothes, because the body was found naked. So the body was found floating in the tank along with clothes and the belongings. So he alerted the hotel manager and hotel staff. They alerted the police, and all of them gathered at the terrace, and the body was identified as Elisa Lam, and she was floating on the tank. So this was found. This raised even more questions, since people thought that how did she get to the terrace. This raised even more questions, since to get through the terrace a strict alarm system has to be passed. So give you an example of how the hotel system, the terrace system of the hotel was, that Elisa Lam would have climbed a series of stairs or an elevator. Then again she would have climbed a series of stairs. Going up there are a couple of doors which she has to pass, and the doors has an emergency alarm attached to it. So only staffs can go over there, which has a password also. But knowing that, even if someone tries to cross that, there is a huge tank which she has to climb all the way up there. The lid itself is very heavy. Then she has to open the lid, she has to get inside, and then she has to close the lid. This seemed quite impossible, since looking at the condition of the last footage which was released by people, she was not in a very calm situation or not in a proper situation to climb all the way through all these hurdles towards the tank. So many people think that she was maybe on hallucination drugs, or maybe a lot of people after her body was found targeted that she was murdered, and that could explain why the alarm was not alerting these staffs. So if she would have been on hallucination drugs, she would have climbed herself over there, which seemed impossible. But even if she did, and while she was trying to cross one of the doors, the alarm systems would have buzzed off, alerting the staffs, and then she would have been normal. But in this case, the alarm did not go off, which was quite eerie, and her body went without report for so many days, led to many people believing that she was murdered. And a lot of people think that she was murdered from a hotel staff, because a hotel staff would know their way exactly up to the tank. But the investigations revealed nothing. The autopsy which was done on her post her death did not find any hallucination drug in her body apart from her medicine, and her parents stated that the medicine she took each day did not bring her under any circumstance of being even remotely hallucinated. So the point that she was having a hallucination drug was out of the picture. Then the point where she was in contact with the spirit still continues to prevail. And also the point where many people speculated that she was murdered, and specifically by a hotel staff, was also not into picture, because the autopsy did not show any signs of trauma. So this leads the police and us to nowhere, thinking how she would have gone up there and who did that, or did she do that to herself. So Netflix has released a docu-series on this titled Crime Scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel. The hotel actually bared a lot of losses because the people who complained of water problems sued them after finding out that there was a whole body in the water tank. Even the reputation of the hotel was dented, as the parents of Elisa filed a case against the hotel but the case was actually dismissed. But still the case went viral and a lot of people have a very negative image of the hotel. So till this day, no one knows what exactly happened that day. What exactly happened that day still remains to be a very post question on our faces. But the Cecil Hotel is also negative in a manner portrayed in the media. There have been a lot of cases of Cecil Hotel where a lot of suicides have taken place. A serial killer used to live over there, and many people speculate that there are a lot of ghosts which surround the place. So the Cecil Hotel is a video in itself. So thank you for watching this video. Comment down below what you think exactly happened with Elisa Lam, or any extra piece of information which you might have got. Do watch the Netflix series because that might give a clear picture upon why and what happened that day. And do subscribe to this channel to stay up to date for more true crime content. Thank you.